Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, in the best of times, your money is not safest in banks. When times are ideal, but right now, these are not ideal times. These are not the best of times. So even more than ever, your money is not safe in banks. Not just one bank, any bank. Now, I'm going to focus on Nigeria because a lot of my subscribers are from Nigeria. Not all, but a substantial number of my subscribers are from Nigeria. And because of recent happenings in Nigeria, a bank in Nigeria, Heritage Bank, just went under, and the Central Bank of Nigeria had to release a statement to calm nerves because some people think that their monies in other banks are at risk. And really, they are at risk. I am not going to start reassuring people. I'm not the Central Bank of Nigeria, but I'm going to just give you the cold hard facts, and you can actually research or fact check me. Now, what you have to understand is that if you look at these banks that the central bank has talked about, let's talk about maybe a bank like Unity Bank. This is a bank in the last quarter, they declared a loss of about 20.7 billion naira, which is a lot of money. Now, if you look at another of the banks, Wema Bank, last year they had something like 700 million naira went away from fraud. So they had fraud to the tune of 700 million naira. Now, what is their profit? Their profit, that 700 million naira represents about something like maybe about 4 to 5% of their profit gone away, just like that. If you look at Fidelity Bank, now I know a lot of you might get emotional about this because that's Peter Obi's bank. But if you look at Fidelity Bank, Bloomberg just did a story. I believe the story is today. You're going to see it on the screen. The shares of the bank have fallen dramatically because of the new regulations by the Central Bank of Nigeria. They're going to have trouble raising capital. And so the investors' funds are going to be diluted. Now, with all of this, there are even more issues that are going to affect your deposits in the bank. At the best of times, whatever money you put in banks, you're not actually, a lot of people, banks use clever language. They tell you you're depositing money in banks. No, I've got a master's in international banking and finance law. I'm telling you this, please go and verify. Banks, you're not depositing money to banks. If you put your money in the bank, you're actually lending money to the bank. This is how the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, defines a bank. Banks are intermediaries between depositors who lend money to the bank and borrowers to whom the bank lends money. And so a bank is just borrowing your money from you, and if they go under, they are under no obligation to pay you back your money. All you're going to get is just the amount that has been insured by the deposit insurer of your country. So think about this. Think about the safety of your money. The best place to park your money is in the stock market. If you are my subscriber on X, you see how my subscribers are making money, serious money, because I tell them where to park their money. Over the last month, I've told my subscribers to put money in Costco. Costco went up by about 18%. I told my subscribers to put money in Apple. This was just 2 days ago. Apple went up by 8% just yesterday. I told my subscribers to put money in various corporations, and all of them, without a single one, all went up. So it doesn't matter whether you're talking about Amazon, whether you're talking about NVIDIA, which went up tremendously, Tesla, whatever it is. I give my subscribers the best tips on how to make money. And it's on the stock market. Even if you don't want to invest in a lot of stocks, just invest in an ETF like the VOO or the VSMPX or the VFIAX, or you invest in the Esteda fund, Invesco QQQ. You're going to be making much more because, first and foremost, no bank is going to be giving you an interest rate higher than the rate of inflation. Not one bank on earth. Because that's how they make money. And if you are Nigerian, one thing you got to understand is that as soon as the Nigerian government raises the minimum wage, whatever money you have in the bank is just going to be devalued. It's going to be diluted. Why? Because obviously when they increase the minimum wage, people are going to have more money in their hands. And when they have more money, fewer goods, because the production of Nigeria is not going to increase in quantum with the minimum wage. So you're going to have more money chasing fewer goods. And so the money in the bank is just going to be devalued. So get your money out of banks. Invest. Subscribe to me. I can teach you how to invest. But even if you don't want to subscribe to me, you can just learn how to invest, study, understand the stock market, and start investing. The reason why I understand the stock market is just because I understand the regulatory agencies, I understand their consistency, their stability. I know what they're going to do and when they're going to do it. But put your money on the stock market. If you look at let's just look at the stock market. Let's take something like the S&P 500. Year to date, the S&P 500 has delivered return on your investment of over 15%. So that means that if you had put in $100,000 in January, that money will be yielding something like $15,000 now. So the long and short of it is get your money out of banks, invest them. Now, You can subscribe to me on X at Reno Mokri. On the top right hand of my profile, you're going to see a subscribe tab. Click on it, follow the prompts. Now, this is Apostle of Prosperity. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.
But Reno travels all around the world. I hope you get inspired about what you see. Apostle of greatness, Reno is a master. Only one man against the whole world in large. Fighting with the monsters, poverty I can't stand. That's why Reno is